Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are. Kevin Doe here with equipboard.com, and today I will be talking about and demonstrating this nifty little gadget. The pedal that I have here is the Boss RC-1 loop station. It is Boss's simplest looping pedal, but not short on features. Now, Boss has been in the loop pedal game for a long time now, with the various iterations of the loop station pedals, whether it be in the compact housings like every other Boss pedal, to the more larger and elaborate loop stations that can record multiple tracks, start and stop multiple tracks, and basically allow you to perform as a one-man band. This is Boss's pretty much their entry-level looping pedal, and it is a great place to start for anybody who wants to get into looping. The pedal itself on its face is very simple. We have stereo ins, stereo outs, so you can use this with guitar, keyboards, samplers, and other such devices. There is also an additional jack to hook up one of Boss's FS foot switch controllers for some additional functionality, such as the stop function and the undo function. We have one knob, a single knob that controls the overall volume of your loop, as well as this LED ring, which serves as a loop indicator, as well as tell you what recording and playback modes you happen to be in. And like with every Boss pedal, undoing the screw and lifting up the stopper on the old pedal here reveals the battery clip. So as I said, very simple in appearance, but Boss really did not skimp out on the features. Just with one pedal itself, you're able to start recording loops, stop loops, overdub on top of loops, undo what you just did, redo what you just did, as well as erasing loops, all with a single button. The engineers at Boss have also included some additional functionality through a little internal menu that you can read about in the instructions. Basically what happens is that you hold down the jack, power the pedal, stick a jack into output A, and from there you are able to customize how this pedal works through 3 different setting changes. The first one selects the playback order when you hit the pedal after recording a loop. So you can choose to either, once you're done recording a loop and hitting the pedal to stop recording, that it goes straight into looping mode or straight into overdubbing mode, which could be handy if you're the kind of player who wants to just build layers and layers and layers and layers right away. You can also choose on how a loop stops once you press the pedal twice to stop a loop. You have the option of having the loop cut out right away, or after pressing the pedal twice, having the pedal automatically stop the loop once the loop is run its course. You also have a third option to determine how the LED ring indicates to you when the loop starts and when the loop ends. So while it's one thing to tell you how this pedal works, maybe it's best to show you how this pedal works. So what is nice about the Boss RC-1 is that even though it is a one-button looper, they've managed to pack a lot of features into that one button, including the ability to record, overdub, undo and redo, as well as starting and stopping your loops relatively easily. So what you want to do is that when you're ready to start recording your loop, you hit the button, record mode will start, and once you're done, hit the button again, and it'll automatically start looping whatever you just played into the pedal, like so. Okay, so now I have this nice little loop going. If I want the loop to stop, simply hit the button twice. My loop is stopped. If I want to start the loop again, hit the button one more time, and your last recorded loop will start playing back. Now on top of that, we are able to overdub additional material on top of our additional loop so that we can make things a little bit more fuller and things a little bit more interesting. Okay? So, once our loop is playing, if you hit the button again, you notice that the ring has changed with the green and red lights, which now means that we're now in overdub mode, which means we can play additional stuff on top of what we just did. Hit the button again, we're out of overdub mode. And what we just added is now part of the loop. And we can do this for multiple layers and multiple layers. If you leave overdub mode running continuously, what will happen is with each passing of the loop, it will continue to add material on top of it. Hit the button, now we're off again. But let's say you weren't happy with what you just did. Well, we can undo the last overdub we did simply while the loop is playing, or if while we're in overdub mode, hold down the pedal for 2 seconds. The last overdub is now removed, which means that we can go and redo what we just did. Or if you're using this as a performance tool and want to have a different part come in, a different layer come in for a chorus, but not necessarily wanted for the verse, there is a redo function. So I'm going to overdub something one more time. Now I'm going to undo it. I'm happy with what I just played, but I'm going to undo it because let's say during the verse I don't want it there. So now I've just undid it. Now the part has disappeared, but it's still stored in memory. So during the chorus, if I wanted to come back in, I simply hold the pedal again for 2 seconds. And the pedal will redo the last overdub. Kind of like an undo and redo function on your computer. Now, when we're ready to erase our loop and start over, while the pedal is off, simply hold down the button for 2 seconds. And the memory is cleared and we're ready to start over. Now, this could be a bit of a problem if you are performing, especially if you've just stopped your loop. Once we press and hold down the pedal for 2 seconds to erase what we just did or what we just recorded in order to start fresh, the loop is going to start playing again, as you just heard. So there is a little trick around this. So I'm just going to play something back into the pedal. So let's say your song's over and you want to erase the loop, get ready for the next tune. While you stop, when you hit twice for stop, on the second time, that is when I'm going to hold my foot down on the pedal for 2 seconds. And in doing so, we have the indication that the loop is erased and we're ready to start over again. is this pedal for? I strongly believe that this pedal is great for anybody who wants to start off with live looping. The controls itself are very simple, making it way less intimidating for anybody starting out. It's probably best to start on something simple like this than to have a multi-button and multi-knob and multi-foot switched looping station that will, quite frankly, scare the pants off of you. Also, for those who want to incorporate looping into their practice routine, to have something to play over rather than just playing chords and scales on their own, this is an inexpensive way to do it. Now, with any looping device, there is a degree of practice that is needed, particularly being able to start and stop recording in time. So, before you decide to take this out to a gig, I would strongly recommend spending some time with it, getting comfortable with the foot switch, as well as when to start and stop recording. And just like all Boss compact pedals, this thing is built tough to last a lifetime. So, we hope you've enjoyed this review and demonstration of the Boss RC-1 Loop Station pedal. A big thank you to Steve's Music Store in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, for lending me the pedal, allowing me to demonstrate it for you fine people. Visit them on the web at stevesmusic.com. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're subscribed, be sure to hit that notification bell so that when another video comes out, you will be the first to know. Once again, my name is Kevin Doe for equipboard.com. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.